Greetings and citations, everyone. Crimson Nero here, and welcome back to Let's Play Sonic Heroes. In the last episode, we completed Team Chaotic Story, and in this episode, we're taking on the finale! We have completed each and every single one of the story modes 100%. Team Sonic, Team Dark, Team Rose, and Team Chaotix, and now it's time for the last story, which is only unlocked when you have completed all 4 stories 100% and have gathered all 7 Chaos Emeralds from the special stages in levels 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14.
Then who was it? Who locked you up here for trying to conquer the world?
Well, I believe it was the police, then the government, and then Gun, and then the president came, and well, honestly, I have no idea. I like this guy, how he just taunts everyone by just like using the doing that little thing with his fingers, just so like, yes, come forward. Fight me! Let's go! Well, if someone isn't egotistical, I don't know what he is. Hey, look, he just blew himself up. Awesome, we beat the game. Credits start rolling now, right? 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 Oh, that does not look good. Yes, waiter, I'll take my super long transformation sequence with a side of metal. Dude, this guy takes like, what, 40-something seconds to transform? Jeez, you can get through some of the loading screens in Sonic 06 faster than this guy can transform. And I understand, like, this is supposed to be, like, visually impressive, like, especially for the time. Like, this was supposed to be, like, such a cool, big moment. I mean, hey, when you get an opportunity to show off a villain being super strong and cool and, like, intimidating, like, you take it. You take that opportunity.
That's Metal Sonic?
It's useless. Metal Sonic has combined your data with the power of chaos and is super strong. We can't defeat it.
So yes, we are fighting against Metal Sonic, originally showing up in Sonic CD. He has come back, and and he has copied not only just our abilities, but also just the fact that Shadow is the ultimate life form, and Sonic is the fastest thing alive, and also has copied chaos data from Froggy and from Chocola Chow, because Chow are descendants of Chaos, as well as Froggy was kind of like possessed and merged with Chaos a little bit during Sonic Adventure 1. And that's the big thing, is that if you haven't played Sonic Adventure 1 before this game, the whole entire bit of like, he's merged with the power of Chaos, will not really make a whole lot of sense to you.
Get ready to do this. We'll show that creep the real superpower of teamwork.
Ah yes, the real superpower of teamwork, where we play as each and every team. Just so we can do this one boss fight. I mean, hey, if you're going to have a climactic boss fight and you have 4 different teams to use, you might as well use them. So, Metal Madness. Considering that the last level of Sonic CD was Metallic Madness, that's fine. That's probably a little bit of a reference to that in terms of the naming scheme. So, the main gimmick of Metal Madness, or well, I'm just going to call him Metal Sonic just to simplify things a little bit, is that he has one particular weak spot that'll glow one of 3 colors: blue, red, and yellow. Whenever that, depending on what color is shown, that's basically what he's immune to. So if he's blue, he's immune to the speed character. If he's yellow, he's immune to flight. And if he is red, then he's immune to the power character. In this fight, I really don't see myself using the speed character that much, just because I really don't want to risk getting hit by him or like doing something to like launch myself off the edge of this very small platform. I mean, for the most part, Metallic Madness really isn't that hard, just because like most of his attacks are pretty easy to dodge and are very telegraphed. The biggest thing is that you just want to make sure that you're doing as much as you can in order to make your characters more powerful, and you can do more damage as well as take less time, because the stronger you are, the less time you'll take. Also, one of the biggest things that'll probably take time is his different attacks that basically he fires out his claws, and those spikes actually have the ability, not these ones, but the ones on his hand. He'll actually fire those out, and they'll kind of home in on what he's doing right now. They kind of go all over the place, and they kind of like create this little like glass orb around whoever it hits. And if your characters get hit by those kind of glass orbs, then they won't be available. It's kind of like what happens when characters get abducted by the jellyfish robot. At least the normal one. The golden one just takes them out of the level completely. So yeah, this is a little bit better. So yeah, if one of your characters gets captured, make sure that you break them free as soon as possible.
Here we go.
And make sure that not all of your characters get caught in there as well.
Here we go.
I'll take the lead.
But yeah, considering that this guy has a large amount of health, keep in mind that the Team Blast glitch is still a viable option. Though for the sake of the finale, I'm going to not use it. Really, I would say that Team Chaotix is probably the longest part, just because you don't get the pleasure of using Team Blast like you do with Team Rose. And with Team Dark coming up, you get power-ups for every single character all the way up to level 3, so you automatically pretty much start with a fully leveled party. But Team Chaotix kind of just stays at level 2, at least for Charmy and Espio, and Vector Chance kind of gets the short end of the stick. I mean, I know he's already a strong character. I mean, he's the power character, for goodness sake, of the team, but yeah, just I kind of wish that the middle section was just a little bit faster, because like we beat Team Rose's section in like what 50 seconds, like less than a minute. With Team Dark here, we're gonna be able to do a lot of damage because we have fully powered characters, and also because Team Blast is great and we can slow down and we can stop time. Though the color will actually change depending on if he's in frozen time or not. Now, most of the time, I actually just, I kind of just fly up and dodge the attack when he's trying to capture all of your party members. But at the same time, most of the time, he's immune to flight, so it's like, oh man, like, I want to fly up and be safe, but I also want to attack him, so come on. Sometimes you're lucky in terms of what color he chooses while you're flying. So yeah, it's basically Form 1. You know, I don't like cylinders, I like spikes! It floats? Yes, it floats. Power overwhelmingly building and super form! And Tails and Knuckles just get little glowing orbs. That's a letdown. Seriously, like, come on, Sega. Like, most of us have played Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. We've seen that these characters all have super forms of some kind. Let us play as them. Plus, like, you can't say, like, oh, well, the power of the Chaos Emeralds only allows one character to transform at a time. No, wrong. We have had several games throughout, both before and after this game, that have multiple characters being in their super forms during the final boss encounter at the same time. Anyways, despite that little bit of an irksome comment, the main thing that you need to focus against Metal Overlord is that you want to make sure that your ring consumption is definitely something that you keep in mind, just because you don't want to lose a life by losing all your rings. But you also want to make sure that you're doing as much as you can to build up the Team Blast meter. And yes, the Team Blast glitch actually still works while you are in super form. So, basically you can take this one of two ways. You can either cheese it by using the glitch, or you can use the different characters' abilities in order to counteract all the moves that Metal Overlord throws at you in order to build up the Team Blast gauge. Use Team Blast 5 times, and the day is saved. Now these attacks, this one always kind of is a pain, because like you want to use the flight character, or at least, well, you want to use Tails to either you want to use Tails to kind of like shoot him out of the air, but at the same time, you sometimes I kind of like to use Sonic to just homing attack everything chaotically. Oh gosh, lost Sonic. Yeah, breaking those like laser spears there is a really good way of boosting the Team Blast gauge. Just wish that I could actually do it properly for 1 second. Gotta say, the Team Blast looks pretty cool. The one thing that a lot of people wish, and I'm kind of with them, is that the theme and the theme song in the background plays while the Team Blast is going on. I mean, like, yeah, none of the Team Blast before ever continued the music during the mid stage, but still, it would have been cool for this climactic battle, especially while we're listening to "What I'm Made Of" by Crush 40. You know it's a Sonic final boss when Crush 40 is being played in the background. Yeah, the ring countdown isn't really all that fast this time around. It's actually kind of slow, which I'm totally okay with. Plus, they give you all those balloons that refill your rings by 10 every time, so that's pretty nice, actually. I even got rings during the Team Blast. Fantastic. If it bleeds, we can kill it. Whoa! Alrighty, so because he managed to copy the powers of Chaos, he decided, you know what, I'm going to take Chaos Control too! Now, normally I'd be very scared about losing a lot of rings, however, as you can see, I have plenty of rings to spare, as well as if you actually mash buttons, you can actually make that counter go by faster, just like you can in Sonic Adventure 2, especially in the Versus mode. Especially when you're playing as Sonic and Shadow and just using Chaos Control on each other. Alright, this is hit number 5. Let's finish this! Oh yeah, by the way, almost forgot to mention that Metal Sonic is voiced by Ryan Drummond, the same voice actor who plays Sonic, which makes a lot of sense. What they did was that both in the English version and the Japanese version, they actually just had Metal Sonic and Sonic be voiced by the same exact character, which is totally okay with me. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. All they did is just that each actor just played the character in just a slightly deeper tone, and then they just used a little bit of audio editing magic to make it sound a little bit more robotic. Alright, so just barely over 6 minutes, but it's just enough to get us an A rank. I am totally happy with that! Ending on a high note. All right.
It's no use.
Oh yeah. So by the way, that form that Metal Sonic took, that is known as Neo Metal Sonic. I mean, it kind of looks cool, but I kind of still have a little bit of a soft spot for just normal Metal Sonic's appearance.
Hey, Sonic, wait up! Sorry to leave like this, but I can't let my Sonic get away. Good luck.
Well, another threat to the world has been defeated, and life goes back to normal immediately.
I think I'll go ahead.
Just another day in the story of Sonic the Hedgehog and friends.
Oh, no, you don't. Wait!
Guess that's it for this case.
Guess so.
But what about our money?
Man, I almost forgot.
Dude better have my money. Eggman, get back here and give me my cash! So, robots, yeah?
All right! Our next adventure awaits us, so there's no time to waste. Yeah! We're Sonic Heroes!
And there's our title drop to end things off in a freeze frame. Alrighty, so, Sonic Heroes. Do I like it? Yes, I do. I think that Sonic Heroes is actually fairly good. There are a lot of cool ideas that they brought to the table with this one. Though not every single idea was done it wasn't done as effectively as we would have liked it. I'm not saying that the game is bad by any means. That I personally feel like this is a pretty good game. It's not, personally, I don't feel that it's as good as Sonic Adventures 1 or 2. Now, that's just my opinion. You guys are free to have your own opinions. But I feel like there are a lot of things in terms of the gameplay, controls, and game design that could have been done better, or at least approached in a different way to make this a super awesome Sonic game. Like, this could have, this had the potential to be the next Sonic Adventure 2, in terms of quality, and in terms of audio syncing and some of the music, as well as the way that it looks. Like, it all the aesthetics on that feel Sonic. Like, it looks like Sonic, it sounds like Sonic, it's Sonic. I'm not saying that it's not a Sonic game. It is a Sonic game, it has Sonic in the title, Sonic's a playable character, duh, it's a Sonic game. It feels like a Sonic game, and there are some points where that I've expressed numerous times throughout the LP that I wish that they had just done a little bit better in terms of their execution on certain elements of the game, but still, I like the game. I think that it's pretty good. I still think that Sonic Adventures 1 and 2 are better, but I definitely have a pretty good amount of fun with this game. I know that I may have commented a lot about, like, oh, well, this isn't proper game design, or like this isn't like good level design, or I wish that they had done this better or this differently. But that's just the way that we think of, like, all games. I mean, you could look at some of the best games ever and just be like, kind of wish that they allowed us to do this one little thing, or like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if they did this, or added this, or changed this one little thing? It would have made the entire experience just that much better. Like, we do that with all games, especially if we're taking a look at them on a critical standpoint. I mean, reviewers of all kinds have to do that just so that they understand exactly how games are made without having to be game designers. And, like, once you understand both sides of it, that's where it really comes down to. Like, you understand what games are like, and you know that, hey, we're all human. We make mistakes. We do things that we think are cool, but we can't always do it to the certain level that we want to. But I mean, overall, this isn't a bad game. I like it. It's actually pretty good. I think that Sonic Heroes is it's a pretty good game, and I enjoyed my time with it. And hopefully you guys enjoy your time with the LP, as well as just playing the game in general. Anyways, that wraps things up. I'm Crimson Nero. Thank you very much for watching this episode and the entire Let's Play as a whole. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, everyone, fare thee well.